So I'm going to start off with my least rated book of the month and work my way up to my highest rated book. I know it probably should have been first place, but there's another book that I enjoyed more. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel featuring my cat, Onyx. I've actually got two cats. They both look alike. They're Onyx and Clover. This is Onyx. People think that Onyx might be named after Onyx Storm, but no, he's not. He was adopted about 3 years ago with his brothers. They think that they rule the home. I must admit, they actually probably do rule the home. Today, I thought I would do something a little bit different with my reading wrap-up. What I thought I would do was rank the books I read in March from my least favourite to my most favourite. I thought that might be a little bit fun. So, in 8th place is A Fate Inked in Blood. This book is based off of Nord mythology. Sorry, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And with this book, it is a little boy. I think he heard us talking about him. So our female main character has a drop of the god's blood, and she, in the beginning of the book, is married to quite an awful guy, and he ends up selling her to someone who wants to use her to become king, because her drop of blood makes her the shield maiden, and that's quite powerful because she's the only one with that god's blood in her system. Apparently there's a whole prophecy that will make her quite useful for him to become king. So in this book, she meets this guy's son and starts developing feelings for him. This book kind of reminds me of the From Blood and Ash series, but just not done as well as the From Blood and Ash series, if that makes sense. I think it's to do with the whole maiden, gods, and prophecies that kind of remind me of that book. So I ended up giving it a 3, which, to be fair, is still a really good rating. I think the books I read this month, I had really read some good books this month, so it's not the worst rating. I will read the second book. It's just not something that I am going to be counting down the days for. This book is an adult fantasy romance, which I quite enjoy. I really do enjoy adult fantasy romances, so I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't love this one. In 4th place, I picked up my first science fiction book of the year. I ended up picking up Red Rising. I had the audiobook available on my library app and I just wanted to give it a go. Sci-fi is a genre I do enjoy, but not one I often pick up. So Red Rising is a series where people have inhabited other planets. So in this particular storyline, our main male character is in Mars, and he's considered a red class. So red class are the lowest class, and he is underground mining, and they do not realize that the higher class of people are actually up above, and they are basically their slaves. The reds are the gold slaves. So, and that's where the story starts and goes from there. Now, there is sort of a tournament or games in this story, which a lot of people compare to the Hunger Games, but it didn't quite give me that same feeling. There is a lot of strategy and politics in this book, which is quite good and interesting, just different from what I usually read, but I still enjoyed it. I ended up giving it a 3.5 star. In 6th place, talking about the Hunger Games, I ended up reading Sunrise on the Reaping. This is a prequel book to the Hunger Games. It's Haymitch's story. It's quite a heartbreaking book to read. It was definitely quite painful, especially the last 20%. Now, we all know what's going to happen in Haymitch's storylines if you've read the Hunger Games, so you know what's going to happen. But I thought it was really great that the author still added in so many different plot points and interesting details that were new and refreshing. So that was really well done. I ended up giving this book a 4 star. In 5th place, I picked up a contemporary romance. And in 5th place, it's You and Me on Vacation. Now, I think in America, this book is titled The People We Meet on Vacation. And I have no idea why there's a difference in names. I have no idea. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I ended up giving that book a 4 star as well. With Emily Henry, I've loved Funny Story and this book. I did battle a little bit with Happy Place. I didn't enjoy it as much as these other two. But in this book, it is a friends to lovers story. It goes through a timeline of 10 summers where you see them become friends and see them falling for each other. And yeah, a lot more in between. And then in fourth place, this last book I ended up reading in March was The Cruel Prince. Now, I must be the last person on earth to read this book, but I enjoyed it. I don't know why it took me so long to pick it up. It's a YA fantasy book, and it's definitely more fantasy than romance. And there are 3 books in the series with 2 novellas. And it's a completed series. So our main female character is human in the fairy world, and the fairies are a lot more like the fairies we grew up reading about in fairy tales. Quite cruel, can't lie. They have, and some of them have animal body parts like tails, wings, things like that. It was really good if you're going in knowing that it's more fantasy than fantasy romance. I really had a great time with book number 1, and I've just actually started book number 2 now in April. So in third place, we have Tower of Dawn, which I ended up giving it a 5-star. It's part of the Throne of Glass series. It's a fantasy romance series. And a lot of people don't enjoy Tower of Dawn, so it's quite controversial that I actually enjoyed it. Like, I actually had a really great time reading it. I ended up enjoying it more than Empire of Storms. I just really enjoyed the healer storyline. I had a really great time. I don't want to say too much more because I don't want to give anything away. In second place was Kingdom of Ash. And I know it probably should have been first place, but there's another book that I enjoyed more. Kingdom of Ash was my second most highly rated book of the month. I really, really enjoyed Kingdom of Ash. It's the last book in the Throne of Glass series. It's a massive book. It's almost 1,000 pages. And I think we get quite a satisfying conclusion of the characters and their journey. Our main female character is really witty and great. I said in my reading blog on this that I really enjoyed the side characters as well. I really enjoyed their storyline. And again, I can't say too much more because I don't want to give any spoilers. Man, I should probably get like a drum roll sound. In first place, the book I rated the highest, the book I liked the most, which I probably would give a 6-star to if I could, was The Book of Azrael. Guys, I thoroughly enjoyed this series. Absolutely loved it. It's a dark fantasy romance, and our female main character is like 1,000 years old. She's really strong and powerful, and it's a enemies to lovers storyline. Yeah, the ending completely shocked me. I really, really enjoyed it. Those were the 8 books I ended up reading in March. I quite enjoyed doing a little bit of a ranking there. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead and have a lovely reading month in April.